Very much like the county infrastructure. Roads are by far our biggest concern in the city of Marshfield. We're a community of just under 20,000 people, but we serve about 33 to 35,000 people on a daily basis. People come into our community for work or for other business, and meeting the needs of the community with about 140 miles of road is a continuous effort. So the road aid increases in the governor's budget are a huge advantage to rural communities, small communities like Marshfield. Certainly a recognition that there was a lack of funding to support local roads. But there's still the larger issue of infrastructure looming across the state. The Department of Transportation has had for a number of years a looming deficit in their budget. And don't forget that communities like Marshfield have state roads that come through them that rely on those state dollars for road projects as well. We're certainly grateful for the additional funding in the budget for rural roads. But it's a step in the right direction, but it's not a complete step to where we need to be. Prior to 2010, we operated under a levy limit in the state of Wisconsin, meaning that we could increase taxes slightly annually to meet operational increased costs. That was a difficult system to live under, but it was something that did allow for us to do a little bit more each year. Since 2010, we've operated under a levy freeze, which is much more difficult and very restrictive to local units of government. It's one of the biggest components of our budget from a revenue standpoint.
How much do you get in shared revenue?
I don't have the exact number off the top of my head, but it's generally in the range of about 30 or 40% of our city budget.
30 or 40%?
So it's a significant component of what it is we fund our community projects with. Certainly, the advantage with the shared revenue is that it's more flexible dollars. It's not transportation dollars, which are just for transportation. In a community like Marshfield or Milwaukee or Stratford, Wisconsin, is if you're not growing, you're dying. You need to continually be focused on economic development, which means expanding roads, expanding water systems, expanding protective services. And unfortunately, right now, we have been for the last several years in a model of really just kind of towing the line and trying to keep the wheels on the bus, so to speak, rather than really investing in the growth of our community the way we need to be. Local control is something we have lost a drastic amount of over the last, and this isn't just Governor Walker, this is going back well over a decade. We need to start putting the decision making back in the hands of the people who are closest to the people that it's impacting.